नमो नमः सर्वेभ्यः। मम नाम निकिता। अद्य वयम् अपसमारचिकित्सा इति विषयं पठामः। अपसमार अपगतः स्मृति यस्मिन् रोगे स अपसमार अर्थात जिस रोग में स्मृति की अपगति अर्थात स्मृति का नाश हो जाता है उसे अपसमार कहते हैं। इसे मॉडर्न मेडिसिन में एपिलेप्सी कहा जाता है, जिसका अर्थ होता है टू बी टेकन, सीज्ड और अटैक्ड।
This video we shall mention the etiology, symptoms and types of upsamar in detail, along with getting to know the treatment via shaman and shodhan, along with the allopathic treatment using case studies. References. अपसमार के बारे में चरक संहिता के निदान स्थान में एवं चिकित्सा स्थान में वर्णन मिलता है। शुश्रुत संहिता के उत्तर स्थान के 61वें अध्याय में एवं अष्टांग हृदय के उत्तर स्थान के 7वें अध्याय में, माधव निदान के 21वें अध्याय में भी अपसमार रोग का वर्णन मिलता है। आचार्य चरक ने अपसमार को ऐसे परिभाषित किया है: स्मृतेर अपगमम प्राहुर अपसमारम विषग्विदः तमः प्रवेशम बिभत्स चेष्टम धीसत्व संपल्वात। अर्थात स्मृति की अपगति हो जाना, तमः प्रवेश यानी अंधकार का प्रवेश होना यानी कॉन्शियसनेस का चले जाना, विभत्स चेष्टा मतलब नॉर्मल एक्टिविटीज़ के अलावा एबनॉर्मल एक्टिविटीज़ का करना, और धीसत्व संपल्वात यानी बुद्धि और मन का विनाश हो जाना। वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एपिलेप्सी को डिफाइन करते हुए बताती है कि एपिलेप्सी इज डिफाइंड एज अकरेंस ऑफ टू अनप्रोवोक्ड सीजर्स समटाइम्स अकम्पनीड बाय लॉस ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस यानी कि तमः प्रवेश एंड कंट्रोल ऑफ बॉवल और ब्लैडर फंक्शंस यानी कि बिभत्स चेष्टम या फिर धीसत्व संपल्वात, बुद्धि का विनाश हो जाएगा तभी तो कंट्रोल ऑफ बोवल एंड ब्लैडर फंक्शन खत्म होगा। निदान विभ्रांत बहुदोषा नाम दोष जो पहले से ही दूषित थे, उसके पश्चात रोगी अहित असुचि पवित्र भोजन का सेवन करता है, जिससे उसके रज और तम सत्व को पराजित कर हृदय को दूषित कर देते हैं, जिसके उपरांत उसे चिंता, काम, भय, क्रोध, शोक, उद्वेग आदि उत्पन्न होते हैं, जिनसे मन अभिघात प्राप्त करता है और रोगी को अपसमार हो जाता है। लक्षण पश्यति असंति रूपाणि विजुअल हैलुसिनेशंस ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स which do not exist, पतति प्रस्फुरतेऽपि रोगी चलते चलते गिर जाता है, जिह्वा अक्षिभ्रूः स्रवलालो हस्तोपादो च विक्षिपणः जिह्वा अक्षि और भ्रू का विक्षिपन होता है, मुख से स्राव होता है और हाथ पैर को फेंकता है। दोष वेगे च विगते सुप्तवत् प्रतिबुद्धते दोष के वेग के चले जाने के बाद पेशेंट ऐसे उठता है जैसे वो सो के उठा है। This is a picture depicting a typical clonic tonic seizure. Types of अपसमार आचार्य चरक defines 4 types of अपसमार: वातिक अपसमार, पैतिक अपसमार, श्लेष्मिकी अपसमार and त्रिदोषज अपसमार. Along with these, while mentioning the treatment, he also mentioned one agantu apsamar, which is caused by the accidental cause, but is also can also be included in the vata, pitta, shleshma and tridosha apsamar itself. Features of vatikah apsamar are kampan, that is trembling, grinding of teeth, frothing from the mouth, gasping, and visual hallucinations of objects which are rough, reddish brown or black in color. Pathic apsamar are yellowish froth, body, face, and eyes, visual hallucinations of yellow or blood red objects, thirst and sensation of heat, and the patient sees fire all around his surrounding. Whereas in Shleshmika Apsamar, there is whitish froth from the mouth, and the body, face, and eyes are also white in color. The patient feels chills and heaviness in his body and hallucinations of white objects. The patient recovers late. Now, moving to the treatment, to evaluate the treatment, we are considering these three case studies. Our first case study is of a 5-year-old boy who has episodic blanking out, which began 1 month ago. He has fumbling hand movements and a family history where his father also had similar episodes as a child. This is his EEG, which shows no localized disturbances. Rather, his complete brain has increased activity. To treat him, we used Kalyanak Churn, which is mentioned in Bhaisajya Ratnavali Apsamar Chikitsa and also mentioned in Unmad Chikitsa in Charak Samhita. This is the link for the trial where Kalyanak Churn reduced his seizures to 80% in 6 months of consumption. Apart from this, we can use the Shaman Chikitsa methods mentioned in Charak Samhita, which includes Grit Pan using Panchagavya Grit, Mahapanchagavya Grit, Brahmi Grit, Vachadi Grit, and Amalkyadi Grit. There has been a trial on rats using Panchagavya Grit where 2 groups of mice were segregated and one were given Panchagavya Grit, the other were not. The ones which were given Panchagavya Grit had more activity in their cages. Apart from that, when convulsions were given to them, they had lesser effects. That is that Panchagavya Grit helped the mice avoid convulsions even after giving some convulsion medications. The link of the same trial is mentioned in the last of this video. We can also use Abhyang Chikitsa we can also perform Abhyang using Palakshadi Tel and Katabhyadi Tel. The second case study is of a 25-year-old female. Episodes of losing tracks of conversations and having difficulty while finding words. These episodes lasted 2 to 3 minutes with depression and anxiety and significant stress, severe headaches and blood in mouth, sore tongue. Here, one of her symptoms is blood in mouth, which could be lead us to her diagnosed with Patika Apsamar, and the treatment would be similarly. Her EEG showed right temporal, anterior temporal spikes and wave discharges. MRI and other tests were perfectly normal. So, to treat her, we use the principle that is Tikshna Vamanadikaram. Since we have diagnosed her with Patika Apsamar, we might use Tikshna Virechan only after doing Snehan. We can also use Nasya of Trifla or Brahmi Tel. Dhupan Karam could be used, and Utsadan and Uptan using Jatamasi, Chorapushpi, Haritaki, Kusht, Apetrakshashi could be done. Varti Prayog can be done using Kaistadi Varti and Mustadi Varti. The third case study is of a 51-year-old female with frequent seizures. Her seizure history is such: her first convulsion episode was at the age of 2 in a setting of a feeble illness. She began to develop a new type of episode in the 3rd grade. The attacks consisted of her seeing pink elephants that were sitting on various objects and waving at her. Her current seizures, she tends to clench her teeth and breathe heavily, such that her breathing sounds almost as if she were laughing. She is unable to fully respond to people for 5 to 10 minutes. Typically, she experiences 4 to 5 seizures per month. Now, regarding the frequency of these seizures, Acharya Charak mentions 3 frequencies which are in an interval of 12 days, 15 days, and a month. So, looking at her symptoms, since she had them way more frequently than what Acharya Charak mentioned, and also she is not able to respond for 5 to 10 minutes, that means she recovers late. But there are other symptoms which could be of like clenching of teeth, which is of Vatika Apsamar. So overall, she appears to be a patient of Tridoshaj Apsamar. To treat her, we are considering the modern treatment that she followed. So she had been tried on different medications, but she currently is maintained on carbamazepine and lamotrigine. Carbamazepine dose of 700 mg per day and lamotrigine of 125 mg per day. She has been on carbamazepine for 32 years now and lamotrigine for 4 years. In the past, she had been unsuccessfully tried on phenobarbital, primidone, valproate, gabapentin, phenytoin, and ethoxamide. The patient underwent video EEG monitoring, and during the 5 days, she had 3 typical clonic-tonic seizures, which began with a typical aura, followed by lip smacking, and then right hand with having tonic posture. This is her EEG, which shows localized disturbances and not the complete brain involved. Also, her CT scan, her MRI reveals a atrophic left hippocampus. A surgery was performed under local anesthesia, which resected her anterior temporal lobe, and the amygdala and hippocampus were also resected. The references for all these case studies were taken from the American Epileptic Society, and this is the link for the rat trial using Panchgavya Grit. To conclude the video, I want to emphasize on the various treatments we followed. In the first case, we used Shaman Chikitsa because the patient was a 5-year-old boy and it is not advised to go for Tikshna Panchkaram in a 5-year-old. And we see considerable results using Shaman Chikitsa as well. In the second patient, we saw the Shodhan Chikitsa, and in the third patient, we saw the allopathic treatment. Well, I want to ask is, removing a part of somebody's brain, definitely a part of a brain is not a vestigial organ that can be removed without any loss of function. Hippocampus is responsible for navigation, remembering locations. How would she deal with all that after her hippocampus is removed? What part of her body will do that function? So I believe that removing a part of somebody's brain is not a treatment. When you have other options, using Shodhan Chikitsa, you can almost cure 80% of the diseases. So why not go for that?
For this project, I would like to thank Dr. Pushpender Sharma and Dr. Mahesh Sharma for guiding me through this project. Thank you.